Okay, hi everybody, I'm back. I'm going to do page D now in our Farmhouse mini album tutorial. And section D has a couple new features. And you know, I try to do different things and different ideas. Okay, so we'll start with the presentation of the parts. This is the first one, it's D1, that's the base cut. And again, this one is long and has two wings on the ends. And if you noticed, I have them alternate because just to show you the other one that we just did. The other ones that we did does not have any wings at the top, and this one does. And when it's finished, you're gonna have these two wings here, and they will attach to the other page this way. Okay, so they alternate. One of them has the wings and the other one doesn't, and so on and so forth. That's the reason why they're not the same. So don't think it's a mistake, it's not a mistake. Okay, so C1 scored twice on the top and on the bottom. Then I have page, let's see, D2. Okay, so D2 obviously is a flap. It's a side flap. And I don't know why I wrote flop here. Let me just correct my typo. Okay, it's 6 by 5.5. And when you score this side, you get 5.5 by 5.5. And then we have a D2. We have a D2 outside and we have a D2 inside. So that, you know, the flap has two sides, and I specified which will go on the inside and which will go on the outside. So you have two of those, and they're 5.25 by 5.25. And then we have a pocket, D3 pocket, and the pocket is scored on three sides, and it will go in the center section right there. Okay, the pocket is 6.5 by 5.5, and the finished size is 5.5 by 5. And I don't have any piece that goes on top of the pocket. Okay, I have something that will go here and then something that will go here, and we're going to see how it goes when we're getting near to doing it. Okay, so I have a couple flat pockets here, and I have the cuts that will go on top of the flat pockets, and then I have some chipboard that we're going to be wrapping. Okay, so let's begin. First thing I'm going to do is fold all the sections that I have scored, and I'm going to cut the corners of the pocket here. Here I have a nice pocket. Here I have a flap. And the flap will go in the center of D1. So if this is D1, I want it right in the center of it. Okay, now again, I don't know if I want it on the right and on the left. I wrote here that I wanted it the center of the right edge, and the flap should close to the left. Okay, so this is the center. And I can see what the center is because I'm using it over a grid. Okay. So this will open to the right. Okay, I'm going to apply D1 pattern paper to the top of D1. This is it. I'm going to turn it around just because it's easier for me to do it this way. Okay. So this is D1 and this is D2 inside. Apply D2 inside to the inside of D2 flap. And again, I wrote a note here in the tutorial that don't forget to leave the black border around the pattern paper. Even though I'm not mentioning it at every single step, this point, which is the 4th page now, it's pretty clear, I would believe. Making sure the pattern faces me. You see that nice border around? And I mentioned again that this is important not just because it looks nice, but you don't really want the pattern paper to be all the way to the edge because this is where the most of the wear and tear is. And since we can't really put glue all the way to the end, you know, it's more likely that if it is all the way to the edge, it will get a lot more stress. Okay, now we're gonna put this over in D2 here on the outside. Okay. And now we're gonna put the flat pocket. D4 flat pocket. I have 2 of them. I have one that will go here, and I have another one that will go here. I think that I may need to change it up a little bit. No, this goes here. I'm sorry. This goes here, and this goes on top. Yes, this is what we're doing. Okay, so first we're going to put D4. And as you can see, I taped it already, only on 3 sides. Leaving this side open. And be careful not to put it on the fold. In this particular case, I think it is just a little bit over the edge, and I'm going to trim it. And that's okay. You'll get instances where you have to adjust. Okay. But you really want to make sure that it's not on the fold, because you want to be able to move it. If it's too close, you'll run into a problem. Okay. We're going to put the D4 pattern on it now. And this is the pattern paper that goes on D4. Okay. Again, I have the black around. Okay, now we're going to do D3, and I already folded it and taped it. So you're applying the glue onto the folded wing and the glue, and then we'll be gluing it to the bottom of D1. So this is D1, and I'm gluing it to the bottom of D1, which is over here. Put it as close as possible to the left edge, because again, we don't want it on the fold. You just want to make sure that it's not on the fold. And if it happens that the pocket sticks out a little bit, then it sticks out a little bit. Oh, I just put it on a little bit crooked. I don't want it crooked. Okay. It's a bit tricky. All right. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it. I think we got it. Okay. And we got it. Okay, it all closes very nicely. See? Okay, now I'm going to take the other flat pocket. Where are you? Here's the other flat pocket. I already have the tape on 3 sides, and I'm going to put it on the bottom of the larger pocket here. Okay. If you find it standing up a little bit too much, you know, especially if you have things over here, you know, what we can do is we can apply a Velcro here at one point. So when a Velcro, and just make sure that it stays closed, nice and tight. Now we're going to take the pattern paper that goes over the pocket. Apply the D5 pattern paper, and I need to correct a typo here. I don't know why I wrote only. It's not only, it's onto. And okay, I made a correction here. Okay. Here we go. I think I forgot to put some liquid glue on there, but it's okay. It's a little piece. Okay, let's do the cardstock. Now I have 2 pieces of cards that I cut out that I want to put over cardstock. Not cardstock, I'm sorry, chipboard. I want it to be a little bit thicker and sturdier. One I'm going to put here, and the other one I will put there. Here, I think. Where did I want to put it? Here. Oh, sorry, this goes on the other side. This goes here. And this will go on the other side, right there. Just a fun little thing that I wanted to do. Okay, so what I do is I cut a chipboard slightly bigger than the card that I have. And I'm going to wrap it with black cardstock. Now, because I want it to be sticking out a bit here, about half, I want to wrap it around enough so that it will cover half the card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue over here. I'm going to leave about ½ an inch from here and the majority of it here. And I need this to be on the top. Okay. I'm going to work my paper a little bit, give it direction where I need it to go. And I'm going to trim it, just leaving, no, don't do it all the way to the edges. You have to leave a little bit there. And this one I'm actually going to cut straight. Okay. I think I need a new roll of tape, so just bear with me a second. My goodness, I go through these so fast. It's crazy. Okay. My dog is being so funny. If you know the story with the princess and the pea, you know how she sleeps on 40,000 mattresses and still feels the pea underneath it. That's my dog Charlotte. She likes to sleep high on several pillows that are propped on top of each other, and she still tries to feel it, you know, to make sure it's nice and soft and there's nothing there. You know how dogs do that. She's so funny. Okay, so I put tape all around it in the back. I'm going to remove it. And I'm actually going to start with the sides because they're the shortest. I could have cut a little bit of a bigger piece of paper, but to be honest with you, I just used the scrap that I had, and the first one that I found that covered it, I took. Okay, and now we'll fold this onto the chipboard here. And now this, we'll just work the corner inside, and work that corner inside. Let's take this out. I want these to be a little shorter than the edges so that it doesn't show on the edges there. Okay, lovely. All right. I'm gonna put this on top of here. And this will be applied right here, right on top there. So the area that is going to be hanging out of the pocket, I want it to be covered. I didn't want to leave it just with the chipboard showing. I need it to be nice and clean. Look at that. Love it. Okay, I'm a little worried that it might be a little too much with both of them here. It just adds a lot of thickness. I'm debating. I don't know. Originally, I planned on doing it here, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. And maybe I'm just gonna put something without the chipboard. Let me think. Let me see what I have. I probably have something else to put there. Yep, you know, let me just do something else. I'll leave it alone for now. And I'll probably just gonna end up cutting one of these and put it there. And that's basically it, what I'll do. Okay. I just feel two chipboards. I don't know what I was thinking. Two chipboard on the same page. It's just too much. Okay, so this is it for this page. I'm going to come back and we'll do the next page.